What's up guys, thanks for coming back to check out my videos. We've been getting tons of extra subscribers. Even though Beach Office 365 did beat me to 3,000 subs, I still appreciate all you guys. We're a little over 2,800 now and we're getting really close. So if you like the content that I put out, you've been enjoying it, I'm gonna keep trying to bring the fire as much as I can. So as many subscriptions as we can get, it certainly helps me out, boosts me up in the algorithm. More people get to hear about Drip and the animal farm, and that's positive for everybody if you're invested. But if you like my content, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I wanted to get this video out real quick because this is major. This alone could 5x Drip, and I'm being serious right now. New alpha just came out from Forex and it is big. So first, before I get to that, let me get to another announcement that just came out from Forex. I think there's two actually. So let me read you the update from Forex Shark. Okay, this first one is Scratchy development is complete. We are preparing the Scratchy contracts to start auditing them for next Wednesday, so Wednesday of next week. Scratchy pre-sale is planned for October. So that's major. You figure if that's pre-sales in October, that'll get the ball rolling, and then we'll really get it launched to everybody in November. So that's big. You guys all know how I feel about Scratchy. That's major alpha, and that right there is going to give us a nice little boost. Next, he says animal farm contracts are currently being audited. Launch date will be announced as soon as they are finished. So that's exciting. If they're being audited, we could be looking, at like a week. And so if they're in the middle of the audit, hopefully this actually gets launched next week, or the date gets announced for the launch next week. I always take these dates with a grain of salt. I get pumped about them and then they don't happen. But it seems like the timing of how long audits normally take, like that week to 10 days, depending on what issues there are, we could see like maybe next Thursday them dropping a date on when the animal farm is going to launch. And as soon as the animal farm date gets launched, they're going to start the marketing. I just don't expect that we'll ever see these low prices again. So again, if you're sitting on the fence, you haven't made a deposit, you're just waiting to double down. We've been floating back and forth between these $7, $8, $9 range lately. I don't think we're ever going to get back down to the $4s, especially with this new stuff coming out. So if you're sitting on the fence and ready to join a team, you are welcome to join my team. I'm happy to help. You can jump in the Telegram and I'll walk you through it. Or there's plenty of other great teams out there. Just make sure you get a team that's really helpful. Frankly, probably one that gives airdrops would be helpful as well, just so the team leader's helping you build your bag as well. But just keep that stuff in mind if you haven't got in yet. Okay, so that stuff is rad, of course. We're very excited for the animal farm to get launched, and we're excited for Scratchies to come down the line. We're all very ready for that. But there's a couple other things that came out in these announcements today that I haven't shared with you yet, and this is what I think alone could 5x Drip. So I want to explain this to you from a different perspective. That way you can kind of understand the impact that I think this is going to make. So what I want to talk about is how you actually turn marketing into sales. So there's actually a process. You turn the marketing into sales, whether that's paid advertisement or whatever the customer is seeing in terms of marketing. You've got to capture their attention and then eventually get a sale, right? So the flow kind of goes like this. You've got to hook the customer in the first 5 seconds of seeing an ad. So they see an ad, it's something fancy. That's why a lot of the ads you see, that baseball's flying at the screen and you blink, it just makes you watch the rest of the ad. So whatever it is, whether it's flashy stuff coming up on screen, cool images, awesome billboards, whatever it is, it just needs to capture their attention in the first 5 seconds. That step piques their interest. But of course, they're not sold yet. That's just the first piece of the puzzle. Now, many times at this point, toward the end of one of these ads, you have to introduce the irresistible offer. So the customer has to think, that's cool, I'd maybe like to get in on that. And then right at the end, boom, there's some sort of offer that makes them want to buy. It's a value that is way greater than the price. Whether it's some sort of special or discount, introductory offer, whatever it is, it's just an irresistible offer to get them to the next stage. So once you've piqued their interest at that point, that pushes them to click the link or go to the website or the lander or the dashboard of a protocol, whatever. And that's really the first step. They got to see it, get hooked. You got to capture their attention. Then you got to make an irresistible offer irresistible enough for them to actually click on it and get to the website or lander. Once they're here, ease of use is the name of the game. It's got to be visually appealing. It has to tell the story of the product or service. Like, what am I here to purchase? What background details do I need immediately to be able to push me to make a purchase? It's got to be extremely easy to navigate. I got to know, hey, how can I get this product that I want into the cart? Is there any additional add-on products that I want to add in there too? That process just needs to be very, very simple. They get those products over to the cart and then they check out. Now, from a customer standpoint, they need to do this entire process in the least amount of clicks possible. Again, to make that sale, you want to do it in the least amount of clicks possible. Every additional click adds another barrier to entry. So the goal is to get that customer from seeing your advertising or marketing or whatever it is to actually purchasing that product as quickly as possible without making the customer feel like they're being rushed. And this is the true magic of making sales online. You get the customer excited, they pull their credit card out, they purchase, and that item is shipped or whatever. Appointment scheduled, whatever the product or service is, you've already gotten past that step of purchasing it. Human psychology, we work off of impulses. We get excited about an investment, we want to go in quickly. We get excited about a product, we want to go in quickly. We get excited about an idea, we want to address it quickly. So once our interest is piqued, our psychology or our psychological makeup wants us to address it immediately so we can get that instant gratification. I do it. Yeah, we all do it, whether you know it or not. I get excited, I see like a super bullish video that comes out, I go in and buy 5 more drip. I'll see a product online that fixes a problem I have, right? Like I've got knee pain, so I see a product online that is supposed to help with knee pain. It's a good ad. I click on it, and in 2 more clicks, I've already checked out. That's the idea behind this, and that's the magic of online sales, like I said. What you're ultimately trying to do is reduce the barrier to entry as much as you possibly can. So why is this relevant? Like, why are we talking about this on a DeFi channel? Like, why is Scott sitting here talking about in-depth marketing strategies and the flow to get customers to purchase things? Well, it works the same in investing, and Forex just dropped some alpha. This could be major. So this came out in a few different messages. Forex says progress has been made in establishing a fiat on-ramp for drip. Once we have established a fiat on-ramp, it opens the door to so many new utilities. Exciting times ahead. Now, what a fiat on-ramp means is people can buy our assets with a credit or debit card. So if someone wants drip, they can easily just bust out a debit card and purchase it. Someone wants pigs, depending on where they're at, they can bust out a credit card and purchase those. It kind of allows for impulse buys or impulse investing, which is actually kind of important sometimes to get people in. You want to lower that barrier to entry. Forex also says it's not only an on-ramp, a fiat on-ramp, but also an off-ramp. So they can sell those assets directly for cash and put that into their bank account. I mean, this is mind-blowing stuff. This is the future of DeFi, how it should work. Why is everybody buying Bitcoin right now? Because they can go to Coinbase, they can do a couple clicks, and they can purchase that asset. Why was nobody doing it 10 years ago? Because it was complicated, very difficult for people to understand. And we're not in that much of a different scenario. Right now, you're jumping over, you got to set up your MetaMask. Then you got to program it to work on the Binance network. Then you got to purchase BNB, you got to send it from crypto.com or whatever asset. It slows you down because it's not a whitelisted address or whatever. Once you finally get over to your MetaMask wallet, you've got to swap the asset from BNB to drip or pigs or whatever, and then stake them in the system. There's a lot of clicks there. And again, like I mentioned, the least amount of clicks possible is how you make sales. And investing is just sales, guys. We have a product, which is a fully functioning protocol. You're selling people that the value now is lower than it will be in the future. No different than any stock. Right now, if you want to buy Tesla stock, you're buying it under the pretense that if you buy it now, over time they will continue to develop and innovate, and that stock will be worth more later. So this is massive. I mean, it's massive, massive. What this provides is a gateway. It's just access to capital. So incoming capital, of course, means onboarding more users, and it means a whole lot more liquidity. And liquidity is the lifeblood of any financial product. So this alone could take drip from $10 to $50. So one more announcement just came out, and I haven't read it yet, so I might as well read it on camera. All right, Forex also says, if you want something else super bullish to think about, remember that in every other yield farm, 100% of the fees go to the devs and then typically allocate some small percentage to marketing. So in Animal Farm, we only take 10% dev fee on deposits and fees, and the rest go to governance stakers, making them the true owners of the protocol. We collect our 10% dev fee by holding 10% of the pigs in the pig pen. This way we can take our fee in BUSD and never have to sell our native assets in order to secure profits on the platform, just like we suggest all the other users on our platform to do. That's what the system is built. Hold the assets, get BUSD. Hold the dogs. You guys may have noticed this alpha recently. Holding dogs will actually allow you to make BNB. So you've got a way to stake pigs and earn BUSD, and you've got a way to stake dogs and earn BNB. This stuff is game changing. So with V1, these dev pigs were just staked in the pig pen like a normal stake, which is fine. But we just developed a locker contract for V2, which locks dev pigs, making it impossible for us to access these pigs and sell them. That's fantastic. And the haters are going to be real frustrated about that because now they can't make stuff up and create a bunch of FUD over nothing. Also, there is a burn mechanism to ensure our devs pigs never get higher than 10% of the pig balance, in which case they just burn. That is very cool too. This adds an additional layer of decentralization and security to the protocol and will also be burning pigs. Man, this stuff is game changing. So let me know what you think about the video. Let me know if you think fiat on-ramp, like me, do you think fiat on-ramping and off-ramping could take us from $10 to $50 all by itself? And then all this other major stuff, I think it's just fantastic. Everyone's been super patient, and they've had to be with this protocol. But Forex has already come out and said, if you hang tight and be patient, all of those investors are going to be rewarded. Happy investing.